Coming off the dreadful performance versus Southampton on Thursday, Manchester United are going to have to do a lot better if we are to take point or even a point going against Brighton come on Sunday. Who are we? Manchester United. So on Thursday we had probably our worst game, or probably our worst game against the worst side in the league. And let me be correct, we did win the game. It was we won the game 3-1 against Southampton, but the performance was nothing short of embarrassing. It was abysmal from the players. They were almost like they were tired, but that cannot be the excuse. So let's look forward. We did win the match after all, so let's move forward to who we're playing on Sunday. On Sunday we're going up against Brighton, and Brighton, remember, they won us, I think, the second match of the season. They won us 2-1, and it was a late minute goal from Welbeck. Welbeck have scored us over the years several times, and he is doing really well in Brighton. Now the thing is, Brighton is one of the most technical sides currently in the league. They might have not been doing well this season because their results are not so great, but they did win their last match. Now, going into this match, they are favorites because after the performance against Southampton, it was almost like Manchester United of the past returned, but the only difference with that match was Ruben Amorim and the thing we have seen with his team over the past few weeks. And what we have seen is the team can stay in games a lot more than the teams of old. Now, let me explain further. What I mean is, before the Manchester United, or before the match against Southampton would have ended 3-1, 2-0 or whatever, would have lost the game. But somehow, we won that game with 10 minutes. So, but Southampton and Brighton are totally different sides. Brighton are a very good side. They control the game well. Players, I watched an interview of an ex-player, and he was asked the question if Brighton had the better attack than Manchester United. Of course he replied, or he replied yes. And if you think about it, they do. They have Welbeck, they have Mitoma, they have Ruta, they have Adingra. And if you look into their midfield, they have Baleba, which is very dominating in one-on-one draws. And we did see it from the first game we played them. Even though Ten Hag was the coach, we saw how difficult it was for us to play. They basically dominated us, and they rightfully won the game that day. But now we have not a different squad on paper, but there's a different spirit about us. Call it winning spirit or fighting spirit, but we feel different. Even though the performance before this match was awful, there is hope. So now I'm going to share with you my predicted 11 of the lineup that is going to play the game, as well as I'll give you my prediction for the scoreline. So I very much think, if you're a Manchester United fan out there, that you have noticed this is our best 11 currently. This team, having two defenders play the wing back position, it currently is not our only option, but our best option. Let me explain. So, if you notice the way Southampton pressed us the other day, you will see the way the confidence grew in the match. What they started doing was man-to-man marking. They noticed our players, our front players, were not being able to keep the ball. That means when Onana goes long, the ball goes to Højlund or it goes to Garnacho, they couldn't retain possession. Hence, it was always like Southampton was always with the ball and they were pressing us. It was mostly because of our attacking players. They pressed us so deep, and it encourages team to do that against us because they know our players are not so good on the ball. That was the quality of the control the manager was talking about. And the press in our last match was terrible. Our players were always arriving late. Now, Brighton is one of the most technical teams in the league. So arriving late on this match is going to really hurt us. For me, I think this is the lineup that I'm putting out there. I think Bruno is going to have to do a lot better in this match because he didn't do so well in the last game. We need our attacking players. Now, I'm going to say this, we are too dependent on Bruno Fernandes and Ahmad. And whatever striker we have, our strikers are not scoring enough goals. I'm putting Zexi to start ahead of Højlund for this game. I think Højlund should take a rest. He needs to think. He needs to adjust his gameplay. He needs to be stronger in draws because he's not doing that enough. Now Zexi came in the last match and he offered us that option. So I'm going to go with him for this game. And I'm going to say this, but I'm happy to see Dalot back because I actually feel he's our best option currently for the left wing back position. I think this is our strongest defensive lineup. I think especially with Maguire in the center there, he offers us a lot of, when area balls come in, Maguire is very good on the air. And I think our midfield, we can't complain, though I really did enjoy what Eriksen did in the last match. And I think it sparked my mind that Eriksen can be a good option off the bench coming in 80 to 90 minutes. The only issue we have with Eriksen right now is he doesn't really have the legs for it, the intensity. But coming in as a sub for 80 to 90 minutes, so we're looking for something magical. I believe he can give that to us. Of course, Rasmus Højlund could always come up from the bench and deliver us in this match. That's hot and cold we've been having with our strikers. They are like hot, cold, hot, cold. We need more consistency. Now, this game is going to be a lot more difficult than the one we did against Southampton. And Southampton dominated us. So mentality is going to be key going into this game, because if we do not win our duels, it's going to be a disaster. If we play the way we play against Southampton, against Brighton, Danny Welbeck is not going to miss the opportunities they were missing the other day. Pedro is not going to miss those opportunities. It's going to be a bad day at the office if we start this match slowly. We have to go intensity from the beginning of the game. We have to start winning our duels to be able to push them back. But if we start to cower away from our duels, it's going to be a very bad day, because they are comfortable in possession and they have really good individual players. I think Brighton are one of the middle sides in the Premiership. They are very good. They are a competitive English Premier League side, and they are doing very well. My prediction for the scoreline for this match is Manchester United 2, Brighton 1. Yes, I think we're going to win this one from them. They won us 2-1 in their home. I think Old Trafford, we are going to take it. I just want to talk about one last thing. The manager mentioned something about the pressures of playing in Old Trafford, and I think we have noticed it over time. When we play in Old Trafford, you could almost feel that our players, they are tensed. You could feel the pressure when they play at Old Trafford. I think they really need to have to try to relax. I think mentality is going to be where we either win or lose this game come on Sunday. You let me know in the comment section what is your prediction for the scoreline for this match. As always, do not forget to like this video. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.